Hello everyone and welcome back to Feed the Beast Sky Adventures. I'm Tyke and this is episode 4 of my Let's Play. I'm not sure if I've pointed it out in the past, but I do play as Leonardo. That is my character skin. I'm sure it's been seen when I'm in my inventory. I'm just not certain that I've pointed it out. But I am a Ninja Turtle, so that's always fun. There has been quite a lot of work done between streams. Our starting island is over there. It is largely unchanged, but we have a path that leads over here to this island now, where we are constructing a massive tree. There is a bit of what was done between episodes on my Twitch channel. It will be there for almost 2 weeks, a little under, or like 12, 13 days now. I did record it yesterday morning, I believe, and there's a bunch of other content that I've captured that I worked on in between episodes that I'm going to try to put into a time lapse. I set up a 4x4 sieve and used string and iron and diamond meshes to sieve up crushed endstone, crushed netherrack, crushed skystone. I got almost everything that you can get. There is a 0.1% chance to get the charged Soartex quartz from the crushed skystone, and so it's a very low chance, and unfortunately it is not something that has an EMC value, and so you've got to craft the skystone with the dust in lava in a barrel, I believe. Place lava in a barrel and then place skystone dust on it and you'll get a piece of skystone, and then you have to get a bunch of that together and hammer it down and get the crushed skystone. So I only did a little bit of that. I don't have the charged Soartex quartz, but I have gotten pretty much everything else that you can get from sieving. I believe we got the chorus fruit, we've got draconium dust, gas tears, there should be nether wart, all of the different crystal types from Thaumcraft. I believe that came from the netherrack, the crushed netherrack. And I do have a lot of that on camera, and I will try to show a lot of that off, at least in a time lapse or something, just so you could see that it was done. And I have a couple of deaths that I'll show you while I was constructing, ended up falling off. Actually, one of them I was just looking at the base and sidestepped off, so that was unfortunate. But there is a lower level. Eventually, all of this will be enclosed with wood. These will be roots down here on the bottom that lead between islands, and all of this will be covered in and be a lower root structure for the tree up above. There will be a lot of island here that comes off. I'll be expanding this dirt island that the tree is on, and then we'll have roots branching off that are hollow on the inside and let us travel to different islands for various facilities that we set up. We'll have a mob spawner in one area, a mob farm to start with. We probably won't have spawners right away, but to start we're going to go ahead and get ready and complete a handful of quests. I believe we could probably do both of these with a little work. It shouldn't take too long. I've got water over on the starter island. I can get the fish for that. A name tag we may have to wait until we get the mob farm going. A handful of these metals could be created and turned in, and that's probably going to be it to start. But we can get these finished up and turned in, see if we can get any good loot, and then move on from there. Decide what machines we're going to start to build. If we're going to go mob farm or some type of garden first. I do want to build an area so that way animals can start to spawn, and we will need to get into bees and chickens fairly soon if we want to take advantage of their resource production over time. So let me go ahead and gather up these materials for these quests, and I'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back everyone. We're about ready to turn in a bunch of things for some quest rewards. I did grab one of each of the ingot types that we had available. I went ahead and caught a couple of fish, cooked one up, made copies of the others in the transmutation table, made some diamond armor, grab the Certus quartz and a chest and some basic drawers. These are all easy quests that I noticed that we could complete right now, things that we had access to. I'd already had the drawers. I made those between episodes to get ready for some storage systems, some early storage for our mob farm. But we'll go ahead and turn in the handful of these that we're able. The porcelain dolls, they're actually not too bad. We can work on those pretty soon too, but we're gonna wait until we have our mob farm going, I think, to do that. Turn those in. We can turn in a whole bunch of these metals. I did go ahead and throw 3 copper and a piece of tin together to make a piece of bronze. Okay, and I think that might be all that we have. I'm not seeing ardite or cobalt, but we will need to put them together. So there's a handful of others that we'll need to work on. We can build a smeltery here very soon. There's probably a handful of these that we could get done really easily as well. Apples and steaks to start with, cooked fish. I'm pretty sure I made mushroom stew. Yeah, there's still a handful of those that we could turn into. Storage, we'll go ahead and grab chest and basic drawers. I only grabbed the things that I readily had available, things that I had already made. We can go ahead and craft a handful of these things here soon and be able to turn those in as well. Don't have the enriched iron yet. A handful of these things should be really easy to get our hands on. Mob farm stuff. We can build spikes. We can build vector plates. Yeah, I think that's all that we currently have available to turn in. So let's go ahead and throw back in what it didn't want. The chicken did lay an egg while it was over there, so I did go ahead and pick that up. I still have over 300,000 EMC, so we are not doing bad on that front. Let's go ahead and claim all of our rewards. It's going to give us a bunch of money. Let's grab our wallet. And I thought I had read somewhere that they had removed all of the rewards that gave change instead of dollars, but that's okay. Fishing net. Might use that later. We have 3 epic crates and an uncommon. Let's go ahead and open our uncommon. We got 2 eye chisels. That's pretty cool. Eye chisels are very nice. And they're worth 10,000 EMC apiece. And now we can make them on demand. We got a crafting grid from Refined Storage. Thank you very much. Yes, please. Also from Refined Storage, some 4096K fluid storage parts to make the... Oh goodness, what are they? I'm drawing a blank. It's the discs, the storage discs. There's the fluid storage discs, right? And these ones are from Reborn Storage, which are even more insane in their storage capacity size. But that's really nice, especially because it's an additional 460,000 EMC, since we don't need them right now at all. And last one, we get some cable, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was under storage, cable. It does consume one of them, that's okay. Give me my $5. Alright, I'll toss these in here. We just substantially increased the amount of EMC that we have. We have access to some good things from Refined Storage now. We've got access to diamond armor if we want it. Though we'll probably, before too long, jump into some of the higher tier armor. I'll probably shoot straight for this fluxed set. I mean, we'll make the dark set so that way we can get the rewards. Tool forge. Yeah, a handful of these things. Ooh, these are going to be fun. Fluxed infused jet plate. I'm going to want that. I think that is what we're going to use for flight, at least to begin with. Good, I think that's it for now as far as quests. Next, we do need to expand out and start developing some of the machines that are going to take us to the next step. I want an alloy smeltery and an induction smelter. I suppose we should build the Tinker's Construct smeltery first. We'll check the recipes. We may be able to go ahead and just jump straight into making our metals in something that's not the Tinker's Construct smeltery. I'm really not feeling making the Tinker's Construct tools this time. We have access to all sorts of different tools. I'm not sure any of them are quest reward related. But I mean, just from Project D itself, the red matter pickaxe, the red matter tools themselves are fantastic. So I think that might be the route we go, since we could just create new tools as we need them and then dump them back in after you use them. They do lose a little bit of their EMC value as their durability goes down, but that's not too big of a problem. You're essentially just spending a bit of EMC to make whatever repairs, cut down, extra blocks, whatever, and then just throw it all back in. I like to store it all in here in packs like this where you have access to the transmutation table, just because it helps cut down on a lot of the clutter. We do have a handful of things that we can't store in there. Some of these items will eventually be thrown in the trash. Eventually we won't need all of these, but I may end up doing a little more sifting off camera, just because I enjoy it, and you can get a huge boost to EMC depending on what items you get. If you get a handful of emeralds, it'll just skyrocket your EMC. So, but eventually we'll get some machines to do that. Honestly, I think one of the first things we need is an ore processing system, so that way we're getting items that are just coming in and being pumped in. Let's go ahead and check out let's just look at Project E. The antimatter relay is made from obsidian and a block of diamond and glass. That is super easy to do. I think we're going to go ahead and end up making one of those, and I don't know, maybe we will not store everything in barrels from like our mob farm, and instead just pump it all into an antimatter relay, or even cheaper, I believe, is the energy condenser. Ooh, wow, 9 million EMC for the Mark II. That's because it requires red and dark matter blocks. Gotcha. So just the regular energy condenser is much cheaper, 42,000 versus 74,000. Maximum storage, 100,000 EMC. I'm not sure, because this just works in items, it's not storing the EMC value. So maybe we'll just put up energy condensers and have it all condensed down into something like diamonds or emeralds. We'll see. We'll see. This was going to be a short episode. I do have a handful of things that I need to take care of IRL. I will be working a little bit more between this episode and next to get an area built out for the couple of things that we're going to add. I think to the northwest, I'm going to build the mob farm. I think to the southeast is where the island will be that has the plains and forest type area, and that will have animals, bees, chickens, tree farm, gardens, things like that. I will probably expand this island out a little bit, grab a wand. Honestly, thinking about it, maybe I'll build a handful of machines. We'll put them up on the second floor and start processing metals, so that way we can build something like a jetpack, or just to make it a lot easier to go out and build these things. Otherwise I'm going to have to place water slide down, and to add any kind of depth, if I want to go down, it's going to be quite a pain. In some of these places I have access to, you know, this downstairs area, and so I can build out from down here. But I think with flight, being able to hover around with a jetpack will make things so much easier to make all of this look nice and not have to worry about falling to our death, which I have done already a couple of times. So, but yeah, thanks guys for stopping in. I really appreciate it. I apologize that this one was short, but we will get to some more and better things here in the near future. See you next time, guys.